In this lesson for BobCAD-CAM, we're going to show you how to migrate from version 25 into the version 26 software. In other words, we're going to show you how to move over all your tools, post-processors, cutting conditions, tool patterns, and things of that nature. So here you can see I have the version 26 software open. The first thing let's take a look at is moving the posts over from mill and lathe. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to go into your libraries. You're going to go to your C drive or whatever native drive you have the BobCAD on, and you're going to go into the BobCAD-CAM data folder. Inside here, let's go to the version 25, go to posts, start with mill. Now in here, you want to move anything you want to move, but just make sure you're not moving the exe file. The exe file does not exist in the version 26 software anymore, and it will cause problems if it's moved over and used in that version. So all we want to do is look for the posts that we need. You could take them all if you want, but really just take the ones that you're using. For this example, I'm going to take the Haas OEM, the Haas 5-axis and 4-axis. And I'm going to right-click and copy those. Then I'm going to go back to my C drive, back to the data folder, and we're going to go to the 26. Posts and mill. And then just right-click and paste them in here. If there's one there and if you want to replace it, you can do a copy and replace. Just use your judgment on how you want to move those in. So for the lathe, be the same thing. Go back to the BobCAD-CAM data, 25, posts and lathe. Do not take the exe folder or files in for this one. Just find the ones that you want to move. Like maybe I want to take the SL, TL, and the OEM. Right click, copy them, back to the C drive, data and 26, posts, lathe, and then right click and paste them in. And those are done. So moving over your post processor very easily. Now inside the V26 software, we actually have some buttons in here to help you import your settings from your old versions, like your tools and so forth. So if you go into your CAM tree, I'm just going to run a new milling job to start with. And if I was to come up here to defaults and go down to, let's say, the tool library first. Now inside of here, you can see I have all my tools inside of here. Now I have this import from file button. This allows me to bring the tools that I have already set up in my 25 into my 26 software. So I can click on this and you can see it's looking for an M tools file. So I'm going to go back to that C drive, BobCAD-CAM data 25. Let's start with the milling technology, and tools. And if I open the mill up, you can see there's my tool file. And if I was to open that, it will import those into my library for me and lay them in the correct format for this version. Now you do need to go back if you have separate lathe tools and do it again for this one. So I'm going to go to data 25 lathe technology tools. I need to switch it to the lathe tool file, which is L tools, not M tools. Grab that tool file and open it, and it would load those in for me. So you can see you can load in your different tools easily from using the import button. Now we do recommend using this versus just copying and pasting from folder to folder, because this will convert the format to the new format. Copy and pasting, they might not load in properly. So the next thing we're going to look at bringing in is we brought in our posts, we brought in our tools. Let's look at our material library. Down here you have the same thing. You have an import button here. Go to your C drive, data folder, V25, and inside of here you're going to go to milling technology, cutting conditions, and you can load in your cutting conditions file as well. It brings those in as old cutting conditions, as you can see here. Okay, so now something else you can also bring in is your tool patterns. So even though we use a new style of tool pattern in the version 26 over the version 25, we did allow you to save different custom tool patterns for drilling and such in the 25 software. And if you want to move those in here, you can use the import tool pattern button here. So this will bring them in and lay them into the new format for you. But again, it's the same thing. C drive, data, 25, milling technology, tool patterns, and you can choose which ones that you want to bring in as well. So you can bring them in all one by one and so forth. But we do want you to use the import buttons on these options here. So pretty much That's all you need to do to get everything transferred over into your software. You can bring in your tools, your holders. Now the holders do not have an import button in them. This is one thing where, just like the posts, what we'll do is we'll go back to the C drive, BobCAD-CAM data, 25, milling technology, tools and mill, and you want to grab your holders file, M holders. Copy all those. Then you're going to go back to the 26 under the BobCAD-CAM data, and you're going to go to technology and put them inside of here. Now you'll notice that there's one thing I want to cover here is there's one technology folder now. In the version 25 software, there was a lathe technology and a milling technology. All that was brought into one folder, and it's a common technology folder. So that's why it is very important on anything other than the tool holders and the post to use the import buttons, so that way it lays it into the correct formats. This concludes this lesson.